Yes, action.
Action.
Okay. Set a screw in one of the MMT tools. You have this handy dandy adapter. Okay. Inside the adapter, you see the little half moon. Okay.
Yes.
You see the half moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing as the connection on the back of your adapters that go in here. Good. That's connected to the feed rod inside. There's a little ball coupler, just like in the USB machine. So I hold it with my thumb, hold it up, and this black collar is what opens and closes the ball coupler, just like in the machine. So I set the tool in and I let it just sit there. Okay, it's bottomed out. And then with my thumb up it, I pull down and let it drop in. Okay, and then release. Locked in. Okay. So put it in the machine, push it all the way back. You make sure the stone is all the way down, so that allows the feed rod to be all the way at the back position. If the feed rod is all the way at the front position and you push this back, all you're doing is expanding the stone. Okay. So make sure you hold the stone flat and push it back. And then it goes in the exact same way. This lines up with your screw. And I hold the stone so that the feed rod doesn't move. Okay. Go when you twist, you shouldn't be able to pull it out. Okay. So this tells me that the feed rod inside the machine is not out far enough. Okay. So you turn it to expand it and to bring it out. Try it again. Okay. Good. Push it all the way in. Tighten it down. Now at this point you can push your tool all the way back, tighten the collet, and just hand tight is plenty, just like that. Okay. And then you treat this just the same as a K-mandrel. You take your bushing and it doesn't fit. Retract the stones, okay, and it slides on. With the machine powered off, you can push the foot pedal down and you'll see the needle move. So that's how much pressure you have on the stone. So I want to back it down to about 3 when I'm all the way down on the floor. So the pedal's all the way down and pushed out at about 3. I don't feel much pressure. I'm going to turn up the pressure. That's much better.
You have it at 1?
I got it at 2.
2.
Okay. So now, when I true it in, I take a little bit of this slurry mess off of the bottom because it's got some metal shavings down there, so it'll help true in the stone. Power it on. And I'm stroking it just like you're honing your parts, except I'm feeling for a high spot. You gotta slow that down.
What should the RPMs be at?
I don't know, 600-800.
Right now it's 1,000.
Yeah, let's back it down to 600 or 800. Let's try 600. I'm overstroking pretty evenly over both sides. And you do it for a couple seconds and you flip the part. Because if the stone is angled, which is why you're churing it in, and you don't flip it, you're just going to induce that taper into your part, and you're not really going to correct it. So as long as you keep flipping the part, you'll correct the taper. I bumped the pressure up to about 2.5.
After your initial pass?
Yeah. Okay. And this is important that you do this without running oil on it, because you want all the shavings that you're honing out to stay in there, so it helps wear down the stone. If you have oil on it, it's just going to flush it all out.
Like school at one spot.
No, it feels good actually. So if it were tight at the top, I would sit up here and do a couple short strokes and then some long ones and then a couple short strokes, and to help wear it down a little faster. If it was tight at the bottom, I would do the same thing. So as you're doing this, the needle's going to drop down to 0. If the needle's at 0, the stone's not expanding, the stone's not really wearing down. So he's going to slowly, and the needle's going to drop. When it gets to 0, you want to expand the stone out again.
I feel a little bit higher here on this back there. Jeff, you want to try it?
Slowly bring your foot down and slowly expand the stone up until it's all the way at the bottom. The key is you want this needle up above 0.
Hot.
Is it hot?
Hot.
No, you don't want oil on it.
No?
No, you don't want oil like running. Like you don't want this
Right.
oil flushing it down.
No, I was just trying to pull the
Yeah,
stone
that's
off.
fine.
So hot. Feels smooth. Feels smooth.
Maybe not anymore. It's better.
You guys have good technique.
You don't put any oil at all like this, for instance.
If I use oil, I typically go down here and get some of that grit at the bottom.
There's not much grit here.
There it is. See all that dirt?
Yeah, when you put new stuff in there, you can feel that this side